end up catching a few fish like that.
Okay, we're live now, so we got J
Right.
Dog and we got Mike Stampy in here.
They jump right in after the show. I love it.
We're gonna let them jump in when they come in.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
And I tell you what, I'm excited to try that Jackery.
Oh yeah, that thing looks nice.
Because this thing, you can even run lights off that thing.
And a big LED light does not pull much power.
No, I'm not going to use much of a LED light. I'm going to try to use something small, like a one of the small LED ring lights, like Chunky uses.
Yeah, it don't take
or
much.
Smaller.
It don't take much at all.
Or like one of those small little rope lights.
Yep, that's
because all I want is something just light enough to light up. I got plenty of lanterns and everything to light up the area I'm going to be in. But I would just want something for night fishing where you can. Hey, Richard Ward. Creole's talking to you. Jason, JB's talking to you in the chat.
Hang on, what? I tell you, I guess I need to pull it up on my computer so I can see the chat. That'd be nice.
Hey, Laura.
I ain't high tech like you, Avid. I can only do one thing at a time.
Well, see, I'm lucky. I got two of them.
Ooh, Lordy. Okay, I got it muted. There we go. Now I can see. I can see chat. How about that? Ha, yeah, my wife in the next room.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I see her in there.
How do you like the title?
I can only do one thing. I love the title, but bus driver. I don't remember who started the bus driver thing. It makes me laugh every time I hear it.
That's cool.
I don't remember if it was. I want to say it was Betty.
Yeah, it was Betty.
I want to say it was Betty that's it was either Betty or Dee.
I think it was Betty and Dee both that started that one.
I think so. They just popped up with that, and me, everything goes over my head. I started
that day
talking about.
Well, it was all on that day that you started did the couples tournament.
Yeah.
And you smoked everybody.
That couples tournament changed a lot. I went in there praying that I wouldn't skunk. That's all I wanted. I said, please don't let me skunk in front of the good Lord and everybody live.
All right, we got Richard Ward in here. We got Skin and Scales, Mexicat, Ace, Rex Blocker. Outside of Hayes.
Yeah, Hayes. We got lucky and caught that big old blue bumping. That's about, I don't know, 230
beast.
Yeah, that's actually my new PB. I've broken my PB twice in the past 3 months.
As big as that cat is, that don't look 54. It looks a lot bigger than what it is.
Well, actually, to me, if you look at the pictures of me holding that one and me holding the last one that I caught bumping, my previous one to me looks bigger in the picture, but what the picture doesn't show for the one I caught today was how wide that fish was.
I can tell the width of it just by the belly and all that, but that thing looks like it's way bigger than 57 or 54.
That fish was stout. I mean, he was solid mud. He wasn't all that long, but man, he was wide.
We got John Boys, we got Maurice. John Boy and Maurice in the house.
All right.
But it's been one of those. When I seen that picture, I'm like, he just busted an 83 pound cat. Because that thing was just massive.
Yeah.
That made you look small.
Hey, look, I sure had fun on that little bumping rod, bringing him in. That's for sure. Now, here's okay. Now, boy, I'm gonna make some people mad. Now, you know what I caught him on?
What?
Caught him on chicken.
Chicken?
Jello chicken.
Everybody has their baits that they use. I'm just one of those old school people where I want to keep to my baits that I like.
Oh, me too. And look,
I could not
catch fresh bait today to save my life.
No, I can understand that.
I threw that cast net till my arm wanted to fall off. I got it hung in my trolling motor. I tried catching some fresh slicker, barfish, whatever would bite. I tried, and I always had that chicken with me for a plan B, just in case. And like a dummy, I didn't bring one of my packs of frozen slicker with me. So I said, I'll be able to catch something fresh. Ha! No.
Hello, Paula. Hi, JBT.
Miss Paula's in here?
Yeah.
Yeah, Miss Paula.
River Whiskers, too.
She's itching, boy. She wants to come fish.
Oh, so do I, Paula.
I love it.
But my first 2 days off, my first 4 days off I get, and the next 6 days off, I'm going to spend time fishing for myself and get myself
There you go.
back together from all these hours of work I've done.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm not going to do any challenges. I might do a few live streams.
Yeah.
And videos, but I'm not doing no challenges until I get myself back to nature.
Yeah. I'm trying to set the pace for the year is what I'm trying to do. I've got a few loose ends I got to tie up from last year. I still have to do my challenge with Hagen. Go ahead and knock that one out. I got a couple other things that need to be taken care of, and then we'll move on from there. We gonna make plans, Paula. Don't worry. I'm not going anywhere. I'm here. Whenever you're ready, I'm here. I ain't going nowhere.
That's one woman, catfishing woman, that knows her stuff.
I look. I know I'm gonna have my pencil and paper ready for when she comes, because I'm probably gonna burn up my pencil taking notes of what she has to teach me. And I keep telling her I'm so excited to see my home waters, but through her eyes, to see what she sees that probably I'm always missing. Probably
she'll show you stuff that you're probably missing.
I know she will. I have no.
Especially at that one lock and dam we spent the first morning of the couples tournament smoking everybody.
Yeah, we went back there today. That's where I caught my other 12 fish that I caught today. Was at that big gate.
Man, that big gate.
200 fish there this year.
That big gate has to have some monsters in it.
If they're there, I haven't caught them. The monsters are 2 structures down where I go bumping at, where that hydroelectric plant is. That's where the monsters are.
Wow.
Because I've caught 2 PBs at that hydro bumping in the past, say, 2 months. My brother caught one the same size as mine there. I mean, we've caught hundreds of pounds of fish there bumping just in the past 2 months. And there's many, many more big ones there. I know there are.
Oh, yeah.
The biggest of what's in there. I've seen the sonar arches of what's in there. We ain't even started to catch the big ones yet.
No, if you just catch one of the big ones out of there in that part of the river, the Mississippi River and that confluence there, you're gonna be breaking some records.
I hope so. Another YouTuber, I haven't seen him post in a long time. Maybe he doesn't do it anymore. He fishes the same area I do. He has a camp right down the road. He caught a 106-pound blue last year on film, has it on his channel and everything, and he released it at a boat ramp right by where I fished a couples tournament at. He's caught some monster fish, way bigger than anything I've caught on camera. I can tell you that. So they're in there.
Yeah, we have Becca in here. We have JBT. We have Jason Lamb. We have Norman.
Becca. And buddy, let's see. I saw a comment. Let me back up a little bit. I saw a comment. Yeah, John Boy. I got a couple of friend requests on Facebook, and I'm horrible about this. I see names, but I cannot relate them to YouTube channels.
No, I can't.
Boy sent me that, so now I know who that is. Fuck. I'm
Hey,
horrible.
Brandon. Brandon, you're new in here. Hey, Jesse.
South
Now,
Ohio. Ooh, Lord. A long way
I'm
from me.
I'm going to do a lot more focusing on my channel this year than what I did last year
Yeah.
because I was just covering ships and everything else. But the way my work schedule is now, I got 2 days off during the week. I will be having 2 days off coming up during the week. And once I get my weekends taken away from me with someone else hired on, I'll be on graveyards 5 nights a week with the weekends off.
Now, Abbott, do you fish more at night than you do during the day?
I do day fishing, I do night fishing, but I prefer night fishing.
Do you think you're about half and half right now?
Right now, right now in the wintertime, I do daytime.
Okay. Okay. I got
Only
you.
because the water temperature warms up more in the daytime with the sun out. And since I'm in a part of Illinois where it's a more milder climate,
I got you.
the water temperatures are bouncing around anywhere from 45 to 60 degrees in the daytime with the sun heating it. Like on the Kaskaskia River, it's not even maybe a football field wide.
Really?
About maybe 3/4 of football field wide, but it gets deep.
Okay. Yeah. 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 Okay. So it's got some.
And you can pull out some big blues and flatheads there. And if I go up below Canyon or Carlisle Lake Dam, I can bounce bluegills and cut bait up off the dam and let it drop to the base of it and pull out big blues and flatheads there all day long when they're there biting, feeding.
Okay. See, and she talking about that. So I'm kind of scrolling back through chat. I'm not missing all kinds of good comments. But from Paula, did y'all know big blues are territorial in the wintertime? They go back to home grounds. If that
Yeah,
if
that'd be up like around the campgrounds, Kaskaskia, or up there back. They got they got 3 home grounds I know of.
Mhm.
They got one over at the Kaskaskia Locking Dam where we had the first meet and greet.
Yeah.
The meet and greet I was originally going to have it at was up there at New Athens Campground.
Hmm.
And there's another one up there I know of, Carlisle Dam, right where they go up because they always have the floodgates open.
Yeah.
Each
Yeah.
one of them,
Yeah.
and fish keeps getting cut up and chewed up going through the generator, and the other cats and predator fish are there feeding on it.
See that's that hydro that we go bumping at. It's the same thing. There's 3 structures kind of right next to each other almost, but that hydro is the only one that's always on. It's always churning water, and that's when we're starting to find out is what these big blues will do. They'll get in there and there's big humps in the channel. Shoot, they're 10, 15 feet high. And
Mm-hmm.
what big blues will do, they'll tuck up behind them humps where the current's going over the top of them.
Right.
And they just wait for, chopped up fish to come over the humps in the current.
Me,
It's like a rolling sushi bar, for God's sakes.
on the lower side of the Canyon Ferry Dam, the dam gates are up here. Then you got this concrete slide.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
down here at the bottom, the cats are. And once those fish come out of that dam, getting cut up and everything from the turbulence in the bottom of that dam, you got all those bigger fish down there waiting on them.
Yep. And you see, ours is just the opposite. The entry for the turbines is level with the water on the Mississippi side. It actually goes down into the turbines. Then the outlet for the turbines is like 40 feet under the river bottom, and it blows everything up. It
Yeah.
blows everything up and it boils out, and then it sends it down the current.
But one part about the Kaskaskia locking dam is they got the barge lock that goes through there.
Mm-hmm.
Then they got the dam part on the other side, which you could, if you had a boat, you can go from the boat ramp on our side, take it across to the bank across, and walk up to the bank
Mm-hmm.
to the dam, and just drop your rods, baits right off the edge of the dam right there.
Yeah.
I mean, he's like, here's the dam, here's the wall, and there's the water.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't even have to cast. So you just drop your live baits right off in there and hook them big cats.
See, back years ago when we used to snag for those big catfish, that's the same thing we would do. We would go on the bank by that hydro, throw it up on the concrete shelf, then pull it till it fell off the shelf and went straight down. And as soon as it hit bottom, we would yank it, and I ain't gonna even talk about the monsters we caught. Snag. Thank God we don't do that anymore. That's something
Right.
we left in the past a long time ago. But man, the fish we've caught in there is unreal. Make people cry.
I was there one day when Fish and Game went up by that dam part when they were checking depths.
Yeah.
He came back in. I asked him how deep it was up against that dam. He goes, "That's almost a 45 to 60-foot drop below that dam." He says there's a big hole there with some arches in there. I don't want to even mess with. I'm like,
yep.
I would if I could get over there and fish for him.
Well, and you see now with the bumping technique, that's allowing us to fish those deep holes that we have that we never really could get to before. You know, it's an effective way of doing it. And look, hey, the proofs in the videos. I promise you, man. Every time we go, we're catching bigger and bigger fish doing it.
Yeah, but no matter, a lot of people got to understand. Just once you get past that lock and dam side, where the campground is,
mm-hmm.
there's a current.
Yeah,
and it's not from the dam. It's not from the lock.
Mm-hmm.
That current is being pulled outwards to the Mississippi by the Mississippi.
Yeah,
that current's caused by the Mississippi. It's not caused by the lock and dam.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a strong current.
Oh yeah, you better believe it.
I've seen kayaks come through that lock, and once that locked out on the Mississippi side, that kayak went to the Mississippi in less than 3 minutes.
Oof, on that current. Hopefully nobody was in it.
Well, there was someone in it, but he can control it. But it was when there was a lot of water flow in early spring.
And you see, ours is just the opposite. Ours is, the Mississippi River is on the upstream side of ours. It's diverting some of the Mississippi flow out of it. So that's basically what's happening. The Mississippi is passing through these things and putting current into the rivers that are downstream.
But see, I'm going to spend more time at Run Lake up here and target more of the big flatheads.
Yeah,
I've been catching a lot of big blues and all that, but I want more. I want to catch flatheads.
Let's see. I'm going back through chat a little bit. Catfishing with Odad. Who has the best bumping instructional video? Hagen Grubbs bumping for beginners. That is the only video you need to watch about bumping.
I agree with that one. I do agree with that one.
That's the one that I watched. I know I watched it 14, 15 times in a row, trying to get everything down. And
for a boat fisherman, with a father-son team and the boat fisherman,
yep,
he has some knowledge on him.
Oh yeah, you can tell he's been doing it a long time, but that particular video, Bumping for Beginners, on his channel, that by far the best one. There's others out there, but I find he goes into much better and simpler detail than everybody else does.
Hey, we got Muskrat Adventures in the house.
Roger, my boy Roger.
Hey, Roger.
Roger was laughing at me. I think he was laughing at me in Kevin's chat. We were talking about cold weather gear, and I was complaining that it was 34 this morning when I was going down the river, going 40 miles an hour.
34, that's like springtime.
He was like, "Dude, just stop. Just stop. Don't even." He don't want to hear me complain about being in the mid-30s, I guess.
Well, to you, being in mid-30s is winter time.
Cold. I'm sorry. That's cold, okay? We are not used to that.
Before I moved to Illinois, I lived in Montana, so 34 is springtime to me.
30s is cold, okay? I'm a baby. That's fine. 30s are cold, okay? I could not live where they live. There's no way. Let's see.
My state isn't doing anything about the Asian carp except for letting bow hunters and bow fishermen shoot them. And we're allowed to snag them during snagging season for spoonbills.
Yeah.
And when I snag those Asian carps and the silver carp, I'll cut them up and throw them in gallon baggies and leave the blood in there with it. And when I get home, I vacuum seal them with them in the blood and freeze them.
Well, apparently, what they're doing around here is that they're the fish market buyers are giving just a little better prices for Asian carp than what they used to, because they're starting to find out they make really, really good crawfish bait for the crawfish traps. And all the fishermen need to overfish the heck out of them. So that'll end up working to our advantage right there.
Right. Not only do I use them for crawfish bait, but they're also my catfish bait.
Oh, yeah. I've used it a few times, and I've caught fish on it.
I use the Asian carp. I use a big head carp, which is also known as a silver carp. I've used buffalo. I've used red horse sucker. I've used sucker, threadfin shad, skipjack, and bluegills.
Yep.
Those are all my live baits I use. Those are my go-to baits. If one bait ain't working, I'm going to go catch another one, or a silver carp or an Asian carp, and cut it up.
That Asian carp works pretty good if you cut the tail off and let it bleed first, collect all that blood, and soak your.
Yeah, that's why when I cut them up, I have the tail and everything sticking in the 1 gallon Ziploc baggie, and I'm cutting them up in chunks and dropping them in that baggie with the blood. But I tell you what, between I found 2 fish that were the bloodiest besides the skipjack. It'd be the skipjack, the red horse sucker, and the silver carp.
Yeah.
Out of those 3, which would say would be the bloodiest?
I'd say the silvers, I guess.
Believe it or not, it's a red horse sucker.
Really?
I thought it would have been the skipjack.
That's what well, yeah. I've only used red horse sucker one time, so I guess that's maybe why I don't know.
See, before I cut the red horse sucker up, I like to try to scale most of the body up. Get the scales off. So when I put the hook through the meat, I ain't gonna get the scale on it because the skin's what's gonna hold it on anyway.
Yeah, true.
And that skin ain't gonna come off. It's gonna hold that meat there.
No, it's not coming off. Let's see. Let me back up a little bit here.
That was so. Hey, Catman Jim,
John Boy. They don't understand that our cold has a lot more humidity than everybody else's cold.
I hot wing outdoors.
The humidity makes the cold colder and the hot hotter. There's nothing good about it.
Yeah, but
Kevin, I must have missed why Creole is called the bus driver. Come on, Kevin. I did not make that up. Okay, I will go on the record. I didn't make that up, but
that wasn't made up. That came from the couples tournament where you schooled everybody.
That came from the Peanut Gallery.
Right, the Peanut Gallery gave him that name, and it stuck to him for a long time.
I think it's Betty. I'm telling you, I think it's Betty that first said that.
Betty was good with coming up.
Somebody correct me. But,
Betty was good with coming up with that stuff.
Yeah.
LG Bass, welcome.
I did not. You didn't know, huh? Well, okay. Well, he said he was serious. He didn't know why. Yeah. Betty Jean one night in one of the streams just randomly started calling me the bus driver. I didn't know what she was talking about.
I did.
Then when I finally asked, she said, well, yeah, because you took everybody to school. Oh, here we go.
Hey, Two Stands Fishing, how are you doing? And congratulations on your 300 subs today.
My brother Stan. That's what I'm talking about. They had a good day of fishing today, I heard.
Uh-huh.
I didn't.
He broke 300 subs today. He had over 200 likes, Thumbs up on his live.
Wow.
He had 119 pounds of fish he caught today.
Wow. That's awesome. That is Stan's thing now, is his live fishing Sunday morning. He's got a very loyal audience that always, and it's more and more and more people every time. So he's definitely found his groove right there. I promise you.
Yeah, Stan was saying it was Beatty that first called you the
It
bus
was
driver.
And okay, well, I was thinking right then.
Oh, we had it right.
Man, Lord have mercy. You can't make this stuff up. I'm telling you.
No, you can't.
And then Elston caught a hold to that. That was it. When Chunky found out about that name, oh, that was it.
Hey, Shad ran off with it too.
Yeah,
Shad. I call Shad because a lot of Stokes started with that and it stuck. So I keep calling him Chad.
I mean, look, I can tell you now, I'm gonna get my butt whipped here, probably in not too long. It's gonna happen. I mean, my luck is bound to run out eventually.
I don't think your luck's going to run out.
No, it's
hey,
no.
Hi, Mad Catters, and welcome.
I know when it's going to run out. It's going to run out the day me and Hagen reschedule. That's what's going to happen.
No, that's going to be a battle of the Bronx.
That dude's going to put a whooping on me. You watch.
No, you guys going to be putting a whooping on each other. It's going to be knowledge versus knowledge.
We'll see.
Because you got warmer water than he does right now. You have an advantage.
Yeah, I mean, our water is holding around 49 degrees, plus or minus a little bit, depending on where you're at. Everybody else has got to be in the upper 30s by now. Everybody else, at least I've talked to in the streams and everything. So we're lucky. We're a little warmer than everybody else. That ain't gonna last much longer though.
Well, I think you got January and February still, so it's gonna be up around this neck of the woods. It's gonna be the coldest. Still be the coldest part of the year.
Yeah, and you see it happen when this spring. Whenever it goes, of course, we're going to have a big snow melt this year, the way things are shaping up. Well, when that snow melt happens, all that really cold water comes down the Mississippi. And then there's this short period of time that we're actually going to have colder water than some of them up north because of that.
Paul is telling you, don't let Hagen scare you. You got this. I agree with that one.
Oh, I am never scared to take a whipping. Let me tell you. To take a whooping.
Paul was saying Tennessee River Lake is running low 40s in temperature.
That's about right. But all that cold water has to come our way. So
but by the time it gets down to you, it's already warming up.
You'd be surprised. From I think I'm saying that right, Cairo, Illinois, where the Ohio River comes into the Mississippi. It only takes 10 days for that water to get there to us.
Yeah, and within 10 days from a cold climate to a warmer climate, they can warm up 10 degrees.
And because I remember tracking it from year to year. There's a short period of time, a couple of weeks, to where my water temperatures will be the same, if not maybe a hair colder than like in Missouri. It's a real short period of time. But what happens, our waters start warming up, then they tank again because of the snow melt. And then when it does warm up, it warms up really, really fast.
Right.
And that's what turns all the fish on to starting to want to run and go spawn, is that fast climb that it hits.
The way I see the tournament going between you and Hagen, it's gonna be a close call.
We do not have a date set at the moment on when we're going to do it.
Right. But I'm just saying, it's going to be a battle of the fish.
I hope so. I hope both of us put on a good show.
But I still think it's going to be you that knocks him out.
To be honest, I don't think it matters to me that much.
No, I'm just saying.
I really don't. I hope it's close. I hope it's close. I hope we're both.
I'd like to see it close, but sometimes it can start off close, then all of a sudden it'd be like.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll just.
One guy be here, next thing the leader's way out in front.
I'll find out if that horseshoe is still stuck up my rear end.
I think your wife stuck a horseshoe somewhere else on the boat.
I
Left it there.
I need to find it and rub on it if that's the case. Somebody stuck one in there.
Well, she's apparently you rubbed it a lot on the couples tournament, and your wife says, "All right, that's enough. Let me hide it."
Well, I know again we keep going back to the couples tournament. When I pulled up to that spot that morning, and I saw that the conditions had not changed from the week we fished it before,
right?
I knew. I said, okay, we are fixing to get on a whole bunch of fish right here really quick, because we had fished it twice before then and caught 30 fish. So I knew. I said, as long as nothing changed, we'll be all right. And when I pulled up and I seen that little current coming out of there, I said, well, here we go.
What was your thought when you pulled up to that area?
Huh?
What was your thought when you seen all them fish on your sonar when you pulled up into that spot?
God, I'm not going to skunk.
Huh?
That was my first thought. I said, thank you, Lord. At least I'm not going to skunk.
Yeah, but you walked off. I mean, you just walked off with it.
Well, because that's how that spot always is. Every time I've ever fished it, it's the same. You pull up, drop your baits, and rods start going down to where you can't keep up. Within about an hour, hour and a half, that's it. The bite is over. It's done. It's like there's always a school of blues hanging around right there. And they're always the same size. I don't know what it is. It depends on what size you catch. They're always the same size. I've caught 2-pounders right there, and I've caught 20-pounders right there. But the first fish you catch, the next 20 are going to all be the same size.
So what are the stipulations that you guys have?
Basically none.
None?
As long as it's a catfish and you catch it on a baited hook, anything goes. We didn't put down any rules as far as how many rods, what kind of bait, the method of fishing. We didn't do any of that. We would just catch fish. Whoever has the most weight at the end, that's all that matters.
And how long is it going to run?
It's going to run 6 hours. The same as the couples tournament. It's going to run, Central Time. It's going to run from 8 to 2. It's just a matter of what day.
Who are you, Mad Catters?
Yeah, but like I said, we pretty much we didn't set any rules. I mean, we don't need rules. I mean, Hagen's a good guy. We know how this works.
Mad Catters, are you Richard Ward or someone? Because I know I'm expecting the package from Richard.
Yeah. Stan, yep. Stan has been Team Creole since day one. He was one of the few people who was betting on me before the tournament. Man, he has been behind me since I had like 10 subs.
Me and him both.
Oh yeah, he's man since
we had you from day one.
Yeah, what? And
before day one, before the tournament, me and him both said you're going to win it.
And I could not figure out why. At that time, I'm like, these dudes are betting on me. Come on, I ain't gonna win.
You just didn't see what we seen.
Apparently not, because I promise you, I was just as surprised as everybody else that I won. I promise you that. I said, man, somebody's gonna pass me. I knew that.
We just seen something that you didn't see.
I guess. I don't know. But I'll say this. Our fishing grounds are the best in the country. I say that over and over and over again. And a lot of people have some really good fishing grounds too. Don't get me wrong. I'm the, let's say like Palmetto, for example. Dude, he fishes Santee Cooper. That is the place to be for big cats, for lakes.
Now, here's a statement from Catfish Headhunter.
Uh-huh.
I have money on Creole over Hagen. Just no out water versus water. Our water is okay, but George is fantastic.
Well, that's kind of where I'm at. To me, that's my one ace up my sleeve is where I fish. We've just got a tremendous population of big fish. And I think anybody can come where I'm at and catch them a big fish.
Oh yeah.
I've said that forever. It ain't us. We don't know what the heck we're doing. We just got really good fishing grounds.
M.R. Duggar, fishing, hello. He's talking to you too. M.R. Duggar.
Yeah, baby. So let me back up a little bit. Well, thank you, Chad. I appreciate that. One of my new subs. I like that.
Yes, Paula, I do agree. The Mississippi has the best fishing spots around year round.
Year round. I mean, and I feel that we're only scratching the surface of what we have to offer as far as fishing grounds. I mean, we're not fishing that place to its potential. No way. I'm gonna say we're at 10 or 20% of
the Mississippi may have the best fishing spots, but the most of the fishing spots I find on the Mississippi up here where I'm at is if you get these barges that have been sitting there and docked there for about 3 months.
Yep.
And you throw your live baits up in front of the barges and around it, you're going to get them flatheads to come out.
That's right. And even better than that, if you could find you an old sunken barge. I found me a few of those not long ago. I'm saving those.
If you can find a barge that is not flat sunk, but kind of like a 45 leaned against the bank sunk.
I got a few like that.
And you get your baits right up in there, those flatheads won't come up out of there after your bait.
I need to pass one day with my side scan and show it on my screen and film it. But I found three different locations. But I found 3 barges that must have been beached at one time. That the nose of the barge kind of went up on the bank, and about 60% of it was down in the water. Well, apparently through all the hard floods and the hard current, those old barges being there so long must have rusted, and the current actually twisted that barge open on one side.
Yeah.
All 3 of them are like that.
Well, normally that will give them more. If a current does that and puts a hole through there,
yep,
it gives another access for bait fish to come in there.
Yeah. Like if you look at it on side scan, the barge looks like this.
Right.
Like it's cocked to one side because that current literally shoved it over and ripped one side open.
Yeah.
I'm telling what's hiding inside of that old barge.
Thank you, Pamela, for sharing this out.
That's right, up in there. Up in there.
Oh yeah, they're gonna be up in there.
Yeah, they're gonna be up in there.
They're gonna be up in there. It won't be just one flathead.
No,
it'll be a dozen or more up in there.
I'm saving those for about April when the water's gonna warm back up.
Actually, I would say more around May.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's when they're going to start coming out and going into pre-spawn.
Well, it's a little earlier for me. Remember, it's more of April for us. A little earlier. Well, find me some.
I would give you around March and April for the flatheads to come out.
Yeah, see, we start catching slicker about February around here, like the end of February.
Now, I can go up by Alton Dam since it's snagging season for cats.
Yeah.
Or not cats, but for paddlefish.
Oh yeah, spoonbill.
Oh, those are some good eating.
They are. If you know how to clean them, they are. I've eaten a few of
them. They're not hard to clean.
You pull that. You got to know how to pull that spinal cord out.
All you have to do is cut that spinal cord out from the back of the head, cut around the tail, and twist that tail like a corkscrew until it breaks free from the skin, and just pull it straight out.
Yeah, it's like pulling the bone out of a squirrel tail.
But that fish is nothing but all cartilage.
Yeah. We used to.
Cut it right down the middle, lay it flat open,
Yep, that's what we would
lay
do.
it right off the skin.
Because we were allowed if they were less than, we could keep 2 per person if they were less than 36 inches from the lower jaw to the tail. And they get big around here. It's kind of hard to find some small ones like that.
I can't find small ones up here.
No, man, they got
fishing fetish.
Man, we used to catch them snagging all the time, and man, you'd hook into one, and they would just take off running. If you want to find out how good of a drag of a reel has, hook a spoonbill.
Trust me, I got a pin 8,000 and the pin 6,000. I've hooked into some big spoonbills, and those are saltwater reels that I've got.
Mm-hmm.
And I hooked into a 5.5 foot spoonbill on that 6,000.
Oh yeah,
with 20-pound braid, and I tell you what, that was a fight.
The only thing I found with spoonbill is once you cook them, I found like if you went back let's say the next day, and tried to eat the leftovers, it would get real greasy.
Yeah, that's because what I do is when I cook them, I layer them in paper towels, just for that reason, because they're like a sponge.
Yeah.
They're a white flaky meat, but the fish eats a lot of plankton and a lot of debris that are from other fish.
Mm-hmm.
And that meat absorbs a lot of nutrients.
Okay.
But it also absorbs a lot of the oils from the fish.
Okay.
So as you cook it, it's absorbing more oil than when you put it on a plate. You don't put on enough paper towels and layer it. It'll keep draining the oil out.
That did make sense.
And when you reheat it up in a cast iron skillet or something, don't add no oil to it, because that oil is going to come back out in the skillet and just recoat the skillet.
Yes, I'm trying to back up through the chat a little bit. I'm failing miserably tonight trying to keep up with this. I'm not used to doing 2 things at once. I'm not looking at a screen and looking at chat. It's killing me. Let's see. I know Paula and him are going back and forth. Let's see. Norm says flat days will turn on here till mid-May.
Right, that's up in my area when
Yeah.
When I'm going to be coming up for going into pre-spawn.
Yeah, like I said, usually about, depending on the weather, it could be as early as the end of March. But by the time you get to mid-April, they're
in Kentucky, it might be mid-May to June, because their weather is more of a mountainous region, so they got to deal with all kinds of different weather.
That's right. Yeah.
Hey, River Whiskers. Hey, Richard, you still in here?
Let's see. New record.
Ward.
Oklahoma this summer, 151 pounds. Jeez.
Damn.
I cannot imagine snagging one that big. We've caught some that were probably, I don't know, 60 or 70. I couldn't imagine 51 pounds. There ain't no way. Jeez.
3 years ago, I was down by Alton Dam before I got into snagging for spoonbill. Before I knew you could snag for spoonbill, and this guy caught a spoonbill that's 9.5 foot long.
Man.
And that thing was in the belly, almost 3 foot in diameter, like an oak log.
I believe that.
He fought him for 4 hours. And I finally went and got the rope out of my truck, made a noose. When he got him up to the bank, I put that noose right around that bill and cinched it tight.
Yeah.
And tied it to the guardrail.
It was 75 inches.
Huh?
The Daniel, the one that was the state record in Oklahoma, he said it was 75 inches long.
Damn.
Jeez. I like to have seen that.
When we catch spoonbills up here, we don't look at them as trophies or anything.
Nope.
We just kill them, eat them, and take them home.
Yeah. Justin, spoonbill, actually, to me, it's like a cross between, if you've ever eaten alligator gar, Spoon
I've eaten gar.
gar. It's kind of that stringy, flaky kind of texture. Doesn't taste as fishy as alligator gar. It's actually lean meat.
I'd say like it's between gar and I can't think of the other fish.
Almost like gar and chicken, or gar and actual alligator.
Right. I'd say that.
Yeah.
Because it's real flaky, but it's real tasty.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it's good. Daniel, yeah, if you want to forward me the email, Creole catfishing at yahoo.com. All one word. Heck yeah, forward it to me. I want to
Yeah, you got my email, right?
Do I?
I don't know if you do or not. But you got me on Messenger, so you can forward it to there.
I can hit you on Messenger the other day. Mad Cat or Gar Nuggets rock. Dude, I've said
Gar Nuggets? Oh, man.
I've said this before. If I had to eat one fish for the rest of my life and nothing,
it'd be gar.
Alligator gar. Look, Saccolay's good. Bram's good. Okay, that's fine. Alligator gar.
I tell you what, I don't use no hooks when I catch my gar. I don't catch gar on no hooks.
Do you use that rope method?
I do a loop on a nylon, on a 14-inch piece of nylon. to put a loop on the front of it with zip ties, real tight. Tie my line to it, and I fray the rest of that and brush it out.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, the gar hit that like it's a bait fish. Get your teeth tangled up in that, they're not coming out. You're not losing it.
The way we do it, we have. I mean, it's homemade, but we have what kind of looks like a knitting needle. We run that nylon rope through it with a hook, pass it all the way through a whole slicker to where the hook comes out the backside, and that rope runs all the way up the middle. That way, you let that gar mess with it on that noodle, on that float, and follow it, and you got them with that hook. That's how we always do it.
But see, the way I've been doing it lately is that I put out we can use literally 3 rods on the Mississippi River and have one tagged. I'll put one of my 11-foot rods out on a Carolina rig with my catfish rattle, but without the hook.
Yeah.
But with a nylon rope behind it, just flapping in the current.
yeah, that's all it takes. Let's see. Kevin's hollering at me in chat. Let's see. Waiting for you
to visit that fish camp that Luke and
I know exactly where that place is. It's not far from my house. I can probably be there in like an hour and a half. We actually have a big construction project going on right now that's maybe 20 minutes from where this place is at. But I did see the video where they went there, and they got a true taste of everything Louisiana. I promise. That's as authentic as it gets. They had a worse accent than I do.
Man, I love the food down there in Louisiana.
Yeah, me too. That's why I'm the size I am.
I still try to keep imitating it. I haven't been there since I was 18, 19.
Yeah, our food tends to stick to the ribs.
Oh yeah, and I tell you what, and if you're not,
it ain't diet food. Let me tell you.
No, that's not diet food. And if you're not careful, you eat the wrong dish.
No, I don't.
Your mouth and your throat and your backside's going to burn.
Well, now you see, I don't like hot food. I don't. Everything I cook, it's not spicy. It's well seasoned.
Well,
but not.
I can understand well seasoned food, but I wasn't expecting to have 5 different kinds of chili pepper thrown in a freaking Creole dish.
I don't do all that. No, I don't. No, I don't. I want to be able to taste something after the second bite. I don't.
Well, I thought I was going to taste something too, but that first bite killed it.
No, I don't. I mean, look, I know a lot. Like now, see, my dad. If my dad could put hot sauce in his breakfast cereal, he would do it.
Good night, Jason Lamb. Hi, PD. But I tell you what, catfishing is more time fishing than just catfishing.
Oh yeah.
You're fishing for your bluegills, you're fishing for your skipjacks, your shad, your suckers, and all that. And that's what I love about catfishing, because catching your live baits is the thrill of it. Because if you don't catch live baits, you ain't going to have no baits to be going after cats.
Unless you go get some chicken.
Me, I put chicken on the grill.
Look, I'm one of
them. I know. Hey, everybody has their opinion, and I respect that.
I will be honest with everybody in chat right now. My former opinion of chicken was wrong.
Which was that?
First ones that said there ain't no way you're not gonna catch any big fish on chicken. It's not gonna happen. Well, yeah. I can't say that anymore. I can't, especially not after today. I mean, it's just, hey, it's a heck of a plan B if you do like me and can't catch anything else. That's for sure.
That's why I like my 6 and 8 foot diameter throwing net, because I can go to a lakeside and know they have a lot of shad where they hang out. One or two throws, I can have the bait.
I have a 8 foot, 1 inch mesh, 1.5 pounds per foot. I threw that net till my arm wanted to fall off. It's just, I could not get on them today. I don't know if it was just all some small fish I was throwing at. I don't know what the deal was. I ain't never had that much trouble trying to catch bait ever. Never had that much trouble. But hey, it's a good thing I had that chicken with me. I can tell you that right now.
Hello, Leroy Honeycutt.
Yeah. River Whisker says chicken will catch big fish, just not the bait of choice. Well, chicken caught my new PB today, so and 13 other fish to go along with that. So hey, you ain't gonna hear me knock it, and it won me a tournament. So you ain't gonna hear me knocking chicken.
I'm still going to stick with my go-to baits.
Yeah. Oh, and look, hey,
I'm not going to try. I'm not going to be one just jumping on that chicken wagon, because I'd rather eat it instead of.
Oh yeah. Well, if I have my choice, okay, you give me some fresh cut slicker versus some chicken. Yeah, I'm going to take that fresh cut fish every time. But at least now people have an option to go to the store, buy some bait in case you can't get that good fresh fish. It's a heck of a plan B.
That's what your wife had to say.
That right there probably explains everything. We have Cajun blue cats down here, and just like the people, they eat anything. If you put it in front of them, they'll eat it. That makes more sense than probably anything else. Yes, Mike's, I did get that PB on film. I'm going to be spending the next few nights editing the video, but yes, it's all on film. Trust me.
Yeah, I know you're going to take real special care of that film.
Oh yeah. Trust me. In fact, I left it on my cameras just in case something would happen to it. I have a backup.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not accidentally deleting it like I've done once before. Yeah, I've learned my lesson with that.
When I first started YouTube, I butchered my videos, trying to edit them.
Oh man, I've done that.
So I'm like, all right, I'm not going to do any more editing. I'm going to keep it real. I'm going to show the fishing trips, whether I catch fish or not. Yep. And that can be a video. I'm not going to sit there and make excuses why I didn't catch them or anything else. If I catch them on the video, I catch them. If I don't, I don't.
Well, you be real.
Right. Like I said, in my I think in my introduction, I said I was going to keep it real. I'm going to keep my videos real. I'm not going to do editing. It's going to be fishing. It's not catching. It's fishing.
Yeah, and look, I've got two for sure. I've got 2 videos up on my channel that I actually took the time, edited, and made really good videos where I didn't catch a fish. It was a skunk trip, but hey, that's the reality. And that's kind of what I wanted to get across to my subs is that, look, I don't catch fish every time I go out. Nobody does. I don't care who you are.
Even on my live streams from the bank, I've been skunked more times fishing than I have caught fish.
Yeah, I mean it happens, I was honest on one of my videos. I think I did like a review of like my boat and my gear. The first thing I said in the video was, "Well, I skunked, so here I am doing it."
Hi, D. Smithy.
It happens.
Mrs. Smith. D. Smith. That's Stan's wife. D. Smithy.
I didn't see that in there.
Yeah, she's in here.
She's in here.
Hey, Hagen Grabs.
Well, you see, I'm not doing my job. You see, I'm not. Oh, there he is. There he is. Man, let me tell you something. I knew I had made the big time when Hagen and Landon said the words slicker on one of their videos. I said, you know what? That's it.
Hey,
kill me now. I have made the big time.
He just posted it in chat.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said. That's why. Well, yeah, dude. Man,
that's respect.
I think I ran around the house like 3 or 4 times screaming when he did that. I said, man, I done made the big time now.
Hey, that's showing some respect.
Oh, dude, I look, between him and a few others, they're responsible for me catching all these big fish. And now here I am chatting with them and crazy enough to challenge them to go one-on-one. It's amazing what it is.
Here's a question that I've got.
Okay.
Before the couples tournament.
Okay.
Till now.
Mm-hmm.
How much has your channel exploded?
Before the couples tournament, I think I was definitely less than 100. I was maybe 60 or 70, something like that. Before signing up for the couples tournament, I was probably at 40 or 50. Right now, I'm knocking on 300. I'm gonna and I don't like to look at the sub number all that much. I think there's much more to it than that.
I'm sure there is, but I'm just trying to let everybody see the aspects of how.
Oh yeah, it's unbelievable. But the way I judge how far I've come in my own mind is I went from before the couples tournament, I went from a very small group of people knowing who we were to now what I'm going to consider some big names in catfishing. Paula Smith, Hagen Grubbs, Steve Douglas, for God's sakes, Chris, all of these really, really big guys. They know who Creole catfishing is. I cannot wrap my mind around that. I can't. I cannot get it in my head that that's where we are as far as who knows who we are. I mean, so sub count aside, that is incredible to me. Absolutely.
Thank you, my tramp, for doing the links. You're doing an awesome job tonight.
Yeah, yes, she is. She supports the heck out of all of us.
Oh yeah,
it is unbelievable, man.
She's an awesome woman, and
I know.
She's learning things she's wanting to learn things from catfishing.
That's right. And look, it wasn't that long ago where I was, very, very new to this catfishing family that we've got going on. I was very new, and guys like you and Stan, Palmetto, Roger, Betty, so many others, Lyle, and everybody that from day one were like, hey, look, yeah, come on in. Hey, how you doing? Look, hey, let's taught me so much. And now I'm very fortunate to call all these people good friends now. And to me, that's what's exploded ever since then. I mean, sub count, that's great. I love it. But to me, that's what touches me right here. Is the friends I have made, the relationships we've made, and going beyond that. That's what it's all about.
Let's say goodnight to Paula. She's heading off to bed.
Night, Paula.
And like your wife said, this is a community. She used community. I don't want to say family.
Oh yeah. It's family. There ain't no doubt about it.
It's more than just a community. Because they help. They may give you grief at times more than what they get carried away with it, but they're here. And they care. If you have a problem, they're going to pray for you. If you need someone to talk to, they're here to talk to you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to go back to, a few weeks before Christmas when my oldest son, Gabe, lost his mom.
Mm-hmm.
That was a big hit, especially for him, his side of the family, and even here too.
Right.
The people, the messages I got from the Catfish family that reached out to us, reached out to him, through that time he was going through, man, that's family. That's what family does.
Uh-huh.
Community does not even begin to cover what right.
It don't. It's just a mind-blowing effect.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I hope I don't say this the wrong way, but that matters to me so much more than having 100,000 subs.
Actually, there's no wrong way in saying that. That's just being honest and heartfelt.
That's my honest truth about it. I mean, and that's why I don't. For me myself, I don't put a tremendous amount into the sub count because I judge our success, everything through the relationships that we make, through the friends that we make, and this coming year. For the people that are actually reaching out to want to come down and come fish with us. That means more to me than anything else. That's all I like.
That's also the reason why I keep doing my meet and greets.
Mm-hmm.
Like this year, it's going to be at Ren Lake.
Yeah.
Where people will have a chance, 4 days of fishing, to catch big blues, big flatheads, slab crappie that's there.
Anything they want.
Yeah. I mean, you got bluegills that you can catch there and use for bait fresh. They got shad in there. They got suckers and they got carp in there, so you can catch them for bait.
Just catching bait's fun enough.
Uh-huh.
I tell you something. That's a good that's a good time going get on a especially some big brim beds and popping 50 or 100 brim out of water, man. That's a good time. I don't care who you are.
I take my catfish rod I have in the bedroom, which is a Shakespeare combo medium action with 17-pound test.
Yeah.
I just put one split shot on it and a small number 10 treble hook with some homemade carp bait that I make.
Yeah.
And with that carp bait fully packed on, that's your only weight that casts it. That's little tiny split shot. All it does is drop it to the bottom.
Yeah, that's all it does.
And when that sucker hits that hook, because you know how suckers like to do, just suck it in, suck it out, suck it in, suck it out.
Drawing it in, yeah. Let's see, I'm reading. Hagen, listen to this. I put all my new steering parts on and went to our local lake to try it out. When I backed it off the trailer, I realized something was terribly wrong. He had the steering backwards. I thought I was the only one who did stuff like that.
Well,
I thought he was. I feel better now.
Hey, I will have to give it to him. He probably did it in a rush.
Probably.
Because he wanted to get it up and running and fixed right.
Oh, yeah. That sounds like something I would do.
I'd do it too to a boat if I had one.
Oh man. I get that. That's right up my alley right there.
I'm sure the crazy driving in circles.
I bet that was an interesting first 5 minutes. Trying to like, what in the world is going
Oh, that was a good laugh.
Oh, look,
He's trying to get on the boat. He's turning one way to go one way, and the boat's going the other.
we're all human.
Turn the opposite way to get it to go where you wanted.
Oh, see, Hagen, you didn't read the instructions.
Oh, hey, Whiskers, or Richard, who Richard is in chat.
Oh, I don't
I
know.
did not get the package yet.
But yeah, it's. I mean, last year, and I didn't even spend all of last year on YouTube. I had the channel for about a year, but I didn't start till about August actually doing anything with it. So I'm curious to see what I'm going to get out of an actual full year this time.
I went on Amazon and bought me some heavyweight circle hooks. The octopus circle hooks.
I've got some of those.
Those are the 8-aughts. I sent a package of these at Two Stands Fishing.
Mm-hmm.
Maddie cut her personal best off the 10-aught circle hooks I sent her.
Yeah, so I use big hooks. I'm not gonna lie.
I use 10-aughts, and I sent these 25 pack of 10-aught circle hooks to Two Stands.
Yeah.
Maddie caught her 30-pound blue off these.
Yeah.
That was, I mean, I heard that, and I was just flabbergasted. I'm like, wow.
I used to not be real picky about hooks. I've used enough brands now. I'm really starting to narrow it down. I use either the Gamakatsu octopus circles, or I'm really starting to like those Dale's Tackle circle hooks. I've been using, especially those 12s that they sell. I'm starting to use those a lot lately. I'm really starting. In fact, that's what I caught that big one on today. Was one of those big Dale's 12-aughts.
Hi, Bill Pawn Shot. Hi, Mr. Gadget. Then I found a place where I could get a big package of 100 sinker slides.
Cool.
Off Amazon.
Yeah, most of my stuff comes from there.
Last 3 weeks, I spent a good chunk of change off Amazon.
Yeah. See, Mike's Outdoors was asking what Creole stands for. Well, it doesn't really stand for anything. Creole is what we are.
Right.
Technically, we're not Cajun.
You're not Cajun. You're not Spanish. It's just
the Cajuns came from Canada and South Louisiana. The Creole people came on ships from France through New Orleans and up the Mississippi River, and they settled on the riverbanks. In fact, the
Cajuns and the Creoles mixed together.
Yeah, pretty much. It's more or less, it's still French heritage. It's still pretty much the same thing. It's just I don't have any ancestors in Canada. Like with mine come. No. In fact, mine come from a little bitty town southwest of Bordeaux, France. That's where my, family comes from 300 years ago. But I named the channel Creole Catfishing because that's literally what we are. We are Creole people,
Wow, this thing's charging up good. This jackery. I plugged it in and it went from 40 to 53 already.
Yes, Stephen Cole. There's two types of people in Louisiana: the Cajuns and the Creoles. Yeah, and it's all French.
Right, it's all French.
Yeah, it's all French. There's not in some places we're called River Cajuns, but because of us going up the Mississippi River to settle.
There you go.
Yep. See them 10-aught circle hooks. See, there you go, Evan.
I love my circle hooks. I know what they can do, and the circle hooks I use ain't thin and frail. These have some backbones to them.
Yeah, I use those for a long time. I've used for a long time. In fact, I still have some in my box.
I go anywhere from 7-aught to 10-aught.
Yes, I go 8 to 12. I rarely go less than 8-aught. I can't pound fish on 8-aught hooks. So
well, my 7-aughts are still pretty big. So
yeah,
I go with 7, 8s, 9s, and 10s. I only go smaller if I'm going for like striped bass or something.
Oh yeah. If you're not fishing for cat, see, circle hooks, I only use those for catfish. I don't use that for any other thing I fish with. I fish for.
Actually, I do really good with striped bass on them things on a 5-aught.
We don't really have real striped bass over here. Every now and then, when the river's real low, we might get a few. We have a lot of the hybrids. We have ate up with the hybrids in the river, but we don't have the true stripers like what I see some people catch in the northern state. I'd love to catch one. They look like fun.
And if I go fishing for tiger muskies, our circle hooks work really good too. Because that way it just pulls right back out. It hooks them in the corner of the mouth, and that line ain't getting caught in those teeth.
I'm curious to try circle hooks with alligator guard.
Alligator guard, they work great.
I have not done it yet because I'm going to do something this year that I know I've never done, and I know my family's never done it. But I got a bunch of those big Patriot bobbers. I bought some of the pink ones that he did for October. I want to float me some of those big bobbers behind my boat and troll them real slow down the river with some big baits hanging. I will catch an alligator gar on one of Patriot's bobbers. Mark my words.
Oh, I'm sure you will.
I will do it.
You're gonna hook into a damn torpedo that's about 12 foot long.
That's fine by me.
Yeah, but hopefully your rod holder is going to hold up on the boat before you get to it.
Let me tell you something. That big rod rack I built with them monster rod holders and that big drag and them pin reels, I'm ready.
Oh, them pin reels, they have a drag system that no other reel can compare to.
Oh yeah, you ain't gonna eat up the drag and them pin reels. I promise.
No, you ain't gonna eat up that drag. That drag is made for them things.
I wonder how that'll do on a Muddy River catfishing blue cat rod to catch a 6-foot alligator gar on them. We go find out.
Oh, that's gonna be a challenge for a Muddy River catfishing rod.
Hey, yeah. Hey, if I end up catching a big one like that, Chris can use the picture. He can put it on his website.
that pin reel, I ain't worried about it. I know it's gonna kick that gar's butt.
No, because I like even these big fish that we catch down here. I'll run the drags maybe halfway tightened down, smooth as silk. You ain't so that HT 100 drag. It's the same drag they put like in the squalls and the fathoms. You ain't gonna tear that up.
You see, I got the old Pin Pierce 8000, the old Pin Pierce 6000. Both are saltwater and freshwater reels, but those drags on those spinning reels, man, nothing tears them things up.
Oh no. Let's see. Stephen Corley is giving everybody a history lesson here. He believes it was the Haitians that brought voodoo to New Orleans. I believe you're right. That sounds.
I think he is correct on that one.
That sounds. It sounds good enough, so I'm going to say it's true. How about that?
I'd agree with that one.
Yeah, I believe so. It definitely wasn't the French people. I can tell you that now. It wasn't us. It had to be.
But Bronzo River just a nursery school, a nursery for the gar over there in Oklahoma. Or in Texas, I mean. The Bronzo River has a bunch of them over there, over 150 pounds.
Alligator on a Muddy River rod by River Whiskey. Yeah, we're talking about alligator gar, not an actual alligator.
No, they're talking about alligator gars.
But we do have a lot of big gators where we fish, so it wouldn't surprise me to accidentally hook a big actual alligator. So we might get.
I wouldn't be surprised if you hooked into a 16-foot alligator.
We got there. I don't see them nearly as much in the river, like in what I'm going to call the big river. You know, with the currents. I don't see them nearly as much as I do more like in the backwaters, like where I grew up fishing. You know, Bram and Sackley fishing, like in some of the old little lakes and stuff. That to me, that's where I see the big ones. Is in those old swampy backwaters.
Oh yeah.
Which it does actually give me an idea for a video to go in them old swamps kind of around where I grew up and see if I can catch some on film. I know I can see them on film. We see them all the time.
Oh yeah. Or you don't mess with a Creole woman, she'll whoop a voodoo curse on you real quick.
He's almost true. Just take the voodoo part out. They'll just put a whooping on you. They need the voodoo. They'll just put the straight up whooping on you. Just ask my wife. Trust me, she'll be the first one to tell you. I am scared. The only person I can truly say that I am scared to death of.
Your wife.
Man, she watches all those forensic files, and I'm telling you, if I ever turn up missing, I'm telling you, they'll never find me on them shows.
Daniel Stramaski says he got your email wrong. What is it again?
Creole catfishing at yahoo.com.
DMV in the house. Would it be what it is?
Yeah, Creole catfishing, all one word. DMV. Yeah, buddy.
There's another rising star in the YouTube channels with big catch on the Potomac River.
He catches a lot of fish, like
He does.
really nice fish, and he catches numbers. I mean, wow.
Another one I tell you that catches numbers, and I like the bling he has, and that's Elstan.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he puts on a show. You know, he really does. Oh,
he
man.
does it. His excitement level is off the chart.
And I probably don't know of anyone else that's more interactive with chat than what Elston is. Like he'll literally sit there by himself and have a full-blown conversation with every single person. He doesn't miss a thing. I don't know.
He doesn't miss a thing. He may not read all the chat, but he tries his best to do it.
But he will say hi and touch base with everybody in chat. You're not going to go in there and him miss you. He may miss one thing that you put in there, but he's not going to miss you for 30 minutes straight. That ain't happening. He may not see the first thing, but he's going to see the second, the third, and the fourth.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how he does
it. He's got his eyes trained for it.
And then he says on his lives, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm dyslexic. I have a hard time reading." Shoot, he reads better than them things that most of us do.
Two stands, I will agree with you on that. DMV is killing the live streams for night fishing.
A lot of people are live streams.
Hey, Elson in the house. Chunky Cats.
Regulators, what's happening, man?
Catfish regulators in here.
Yeah. When she starts cursing in French, yeah. I done screwed up bad when that happens.
I like what DMV says. I love when Elson is excited. Ehud.
That I get tired watching it. Like I get exhausted watching him run by. I don't know how he does. I don't know how he has that much energy.
The last time I watched him live, I was working graveyard. Before the show was over, I had to take 5 of these 5-hour energy shots. Extremes, because I was getting tired at work.
I can't.
And I was only 2 hours into it.
I used to be first thing in the morning, stop at the store, grab a Monster on the way to work. No, I had to quit.
We see these don't have what Monster has in them. These are made with coffee and vitamin B, liquid vitamin B components in it, and juice.
Yeah, so I'm pretty much a straight up coffee drinker now.
And it also has
coffee with some honey in it. The way to go.
Hey, Richard.
Yeah, apparently Chunky was listening in to us talking about his live stream. He's taking a shower, but he must be listening to us.
I'm gonna have to check my mailbox in the morning, Richard, because it wasn't on the door. So it probably got your package probably got put in the mailbox. He sent me a reel to go with a Chunky Cat rod.
Ooh, nice. I got one reel left to buy. I gotta. Well, I promised my wife I would break my old one first. But right now on my bumping rod, I'm using a little Ambassador 5600 STX. That little, the one that sits down a little lower on the rod.
Is that the bait caster?
Yeah, it's a bait caster. But that's the one I use on my bumping rod. It's a little bitty Ambassador. And I promised her I wouldn't buy a new bumping reel unless I break my old one. I'm gonna start calling that thing the little reel that could, because man, all them big fish it catches, I can't break it. It's hanging in there. But
that thing's showing you it still has life in it.
The drag on that poor thing.
What kind of reel is it?
Huh?
What kind of reel is it?
It's an Ambassador 5600 STX.
Is that the one that is made in Sweden?
Probably not. No,
I'm almost betting you it is.
I'd have to go look. I'm gonna say no, that it's not one of the Swedish ones. It's jet black with the red handle on it. It's a 5600 STX.
I'm almost betting you that's the one that's made in Sweden, because if it is, you ain't gonna break that damn thing.
Well, look, I don't know if that drag was screaming in Swedish or Chinese, but it was screaming today. I promise you.
No, I'm just saying the ones that are made in Sweden, the gears and everything are made so strong and tougher than what they are here. You ain't gonna break them as easy.
Well, we go find out.
I'm sure you will.
I keep hooking 50-pounders on that poor thing. We're gonna find out. But it's so light though. It doesn't weigh anything, especially on that bumping rod. It's so light. I hope it hangs in there.
Oh, she caught you in chat. You mean you gotta buy another rod? I'm so surprised.
Reel. Another reel, not another rod. She knows that. I talked to her about that today. He's messing with me. Let's see, Brandon. I'm looking at 2 different ones to replace my Ambassador. I have not decided yet. I'm looking at the Piscofun. Is it Alios? I think is how it's pronounced, which is a 300 size.
Yeah, the Alios.
Yeah, Alios. Yeah, and I'm also looking at the Cast King Capstan 300. They're $20 difference in price. That's the 2 that I'm battling back and forth between.
Yeah,
if I tear my other one.
Richard Ward just confirmed that the reel that we were talking about is made in Sweden.
Okay. Oh well, okay then. Yeah, because I had bought it from a little bait shop in North Louisiana. I was there for work one day, and the guy had it out like on clearance. It was like half price. It's $100 reel, but he let me have it for $50 because it had been sitting for a while. And it's hey, so far so good. It's held up to them big fish, so we'll see.
It's gonna hold up.
Google, okay, yeah. Google said made in Sweden, so okay. Now, what I'm wondering is, because I can't find out if it has what type of drag, if it has the felt disc in it, or if it has the carbon in it. I'm not sure.
Those the ones that are in from Sweden has a carbon.
Oh,
has like a 4 layers of carbon and 4 layers like a metal that sandwich in there together, so when it drags, it's not rubbing each other and burning up.
It's made like a clutch,
right?
Plates in it, yeah.
It's a pressure plate clutch.
I'm an old gearhead. I know what that is.
But hey, there's the same clutch that the pins have.
Well, if that's the case, it looks like I won't be upgrading that reel anytime soon.
No.
Hey, look, so much the better, because look, that reel is light as a feather. It doesn't have a tremendous amount of line capacity, but as far as for me for bumping, I'm not really that far out the back of the boat anyway. So I'm fine with it. I mean, it works great. I was just worried about it holding up.
Oh, you got a reel that's not going to die anytime soon, unless you run it over with a truck.
We're gonna test that theory.
What, running it over with a truck?
No, just hooking the big fish. If it keeps going like it's going.
Well, if it brought in that 54 pounder, you think it's gonna bring in another one?
Well, that reel has caught 4 fish over 50 pounds so far.
Well, that tells me it ain't giving up anytime soon.
I don't believe it caught in one day. It caught a 24, a 28, a 48, and 2 53s in one day. That same little reel.
You got a backbone reel, a really strong reel.
And now the rod that I have, I actually went out and got me a B&M bumping rod. Oh man.
Ooh.
Oh,
you got a rod and reel that's perfectly balanced.
Man, I should have bought that thing a long time ago.
Laura DeForest says, "Save me money, Law."
Yeah.
Good luck with that one, Laura.
I think that ship has sailed.
That ship's gone out the window.
Well, I'm geared up now. I've got everything I need to go and get them. I just got to replace what I tear up. That's about the only thing I'm looking to do now.
I just got to get me another spool of. I got one spool of 1,000-yard line coming in. I just got to get me one more spool of 1,000-yard line because I have 2 pins that would chew up quite a bit of that spool of 1,000-yard lines because the spools on them are big.
Yeah,
deep
spools, yeah.
And for 20 to 25 pound braid, the 8-strand braids.
Oh yeah,
it's gonna chew up a lot of that line.
Yep, I'm still using the same. I forget how many yards it is, but I got one of those big spools of. I use the Suffix mono on all my anchoring rods. I use 1 pound, and I've restrung a couple of those pins with it, and looks like I ain't put a dent in it yet.
And my Cast King 5000 is another catfishing reel, and it has a big spool on it.
Yeah,
that's going to chew up some more line. And the reel that I'm getting from Richard Ward, that's even going to be more line. So you take at least 2 spools of 1,000 yards of line to take care of it.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you exactly how much line mine's because I use, except for one, all my pins that I have, they're the Warfare reels in the 20 size, the 20 level ones.
Yeah,
they've got to hold about 300 yards.
Actually,
around 100.
The pin, the braid I use is so thin, it's almost like 8 to 10 pound test diameter.
Yeah, that's a lot of line.
And like DMV says, those pins, they will swallow line.
Oh yeah, but I've had my Warfares for. I've had all but one right at about a year now. I have one that's a little newer than the rest of them. And just last year, those reels put, I think we figured right at 1,600 pounds of fish in the boat last year before we started filming for YouTube.
And I bet you can't wait, DMV.
So, I mean, those Warfares for 100 and under, to me, you ain't going to get a reel that's better than that.
Yeah.
I mean, I have beat mine to death. I'm hard on equipment, especially with those big fish, heavy currents, slinging 12, 14-ounce weights. They still work like they're brand new. They're a little noisy. You know, when you reel them in, you hear the gears. They're a little noisy, but that don't mean nothing to me.
If I found something that noisy, I'd take it apart, find out why, and put it back together and re-grease it.
Well, compared to, let's say, a bass reel. You know, a good high quality bass reel, they're silent. These here, you hear everything working in there. But the way I see it, them old Muncie 4-speeds were a little noisy too, but they were tough as nails. I'm good.
Mud Duggar tells you community coffee, Creole.
If I had another thumb, I'd put 3 up. Yes, that is the only coffee. That is the only one, especially now they started making some with double the caffeine in it. Oh, yes. You better believe it. Yeah, see, Justin's right. The Warfare is probably not as smooth as a Squall. As far as casting distance, I couldn't tell you. You know, fishing out of a boat, I don't have to cast a country mile, but it does what I
bank
need.
fishermen, they cast the country mile and then some.
Yeah. A bank fisherman casting distance is everything. With us, not. I mean, I'll sling those big leads. I'll sling them, 200 foot pretty easy if I want to.
All right, Brandon is asking us a question.
All right, what you got?
I'm posting it up here on screen.
Now, do it myself.
I do mine myself,
No,
but I do have people that you can send them off to. But I would take them apart, clean them, re-grease them, and put them back together. All right, River Whiskers, you have a good night.
Yeah, I would say if there's people out there that just aren't confident enough in their mechanical skills to take stuff apart and put it back together the way it was. Look, I will say this, if you're not confident in your mechanical skills, sending one off is a lot cheaper than ruining a perfectly good reel because you're not mechanically inclined enough.
Right.
I will say that.
I agree with that one. Good night, DMV.
I mean, I ain't scared to take nothing. I done taken stuff apart a whole lot more complicated than a fishing reel. It doesn't bother me, but hey, for some people that just,
I'm mechanically inclined enough to take an engine completely apart and put it back together.
Yeah, exactly.
So a reel ain't gonna be nothing.
No. If you can do a valve job, and hand lap some valves, yeah, a fishing reel ain't no big deal.
No, ain't nothing to it, but I work in my own truck. I keep it out of the shop, so.
I did that for a long time.
I'm 58 years old and I'm still doing it.
I slowed down from doing it. I don't have my own projects anymore. In fact, I sold my projects and then turned around and bought a boat. So I don't know.
Exactly, Stephen. That's how you do it. You videotape yourself taking it apart, so you watch yourself putting it back together as you take it apart, so you put it back together the way it goes apart.
Well, and I had the go fast bug for a long time, so that gets expensive.
Well, if you videotape yourself taking it apart, you put it back together the same way you take it apart.
Pictures on a cell phone. That is the biggest. That's the biggest key to it.
Well, Steven said take a video of yourself taking it apart.
Yep.
I thought it was cool.
Yep. I've done a few things like that before. I wasn't sure. Take a picture or take a little video of how it was before I started. And if you arrange the parts in the order you took them off, it'll go back together. It'll
Yeah, but sometimes that works great. Sometimes it don't.
I ain't gonna lie. I've had on mine for a year. I haven't taken one apart yet. I probably should just kind of oil them up and everything, but I ain't gonna lie.
I take mine apart maybe once a year or twice a year, depending on how much I use them.
Yeah.
And I just spray them out with WD-40, take some axle grease, put a packet in there, and put the lid back on it.
Yeah.
It's all good.
That's probably all I'm gonna do.
That's all I do. Is I just basically spray out the moisture that's inside there, or the dirt or anything that might got in there, with a WD-40. It takes out all the old grease with it. You take maybe 3 or 4 fingers of grease and pack it in there around the gears 2 or 3 times, and just leave it full of grease. Just seal it back up.
See, my whole problem is to really go through my reels and service them like I'm supposed to. I'd have to not go fishing for a weekend, so I can do that. That's not an option right now.
I like what Whiskers in Stripes had to say. I'm mechanically inclined, but memory incompetent. I have to take pictures to remember how to put things back together.
That's me. That's me. That's me. My memory is so shot.
Catfish Regular says, I know I asked them the other day, Creole, but why you're not doing more lives. We love watching you.
My wife and I were having this discussion earlier today. Again, I'm gonna try to answer this not to upset anybody, but it's my opinion. A lot of people are doing live shows, and I think the right people are doing live shows on a regular basis. My thought is that if I save going live for every now and then, instead of doing it all the time, I think for me personally, that's the direction I want to go with it. I'm trying to think of how to word this, but maybe it's a little more of a treat for my subscribers if I go live maybe once every couple of weeks.
Oh, I can understand that.
That's my, and that is my opinion. Which that and 50 cents will get you a cup of coffee. You know, that's just kind of that's how I see it for the time being. I'm gonna try to do a good mix of live, good edited videos. I've got some other things I'm looking at doing that I haven't, opened the door on just yet. I'm gonna try to have a little bit of everything, and I don't want to bog myself down of doing too much of one thing. Then stop doing that one thing and then go do something else. I kind of want to keep it, have 4 or 5 things that I do and just kind of keep rotating around. That's kind of how I'm doing it right now. Now, the fact that everybody's wanting me to go live and wanting to see it, hey, I appreciate it. Trust me, I'm blessed for that. I will do it again. Trust me, I will. It won't be on a weekly basis like you see from some of the others that are, in my opinion, better at it than me.
Right. Which I agree with that. I just like going live during the week and doing live streams when I go fishing because that way there's no editing.
Oh, look, it is easy. I'm not gonna lie. Now, to me, there's more pressure because, during that's the first time I have fished on my own live. Is the one I did last week, and it was very fun, but it's a little stressful at the same time because you've got to interact with everybody. You kind of have to keep the show.
Yeah, but you also, it's not only that, you have to have your camera set up right. Mm-hmm. You have to have one for the rod takedowns. You have to have one where they can see you. And instead of fighting with one camera to do all that, I have a tablet that I can use for a main screen where they can see me, mm-hmm. which I can also flip around to face the rods when they get a takedown, but also have the phone that I can have pinned on the rods with this, like we got the screen here, one where it shows the rods and one that shows me. And as the rods are getting hit, I can also flip this screen back around to the rods as well. Give more of a 2-angle shot of the rods.
And it's all about that different perspective. And he's right. A good live feed, you're much more interactive with the people, with your audience, with your subs than just an edited video. And that's why I'm going to continue to do some lives. Once. I'm not going to say once every now and then. It'll be more often than that. But that's why I'm going to continue to do some. Because I like that. I love to be able to actually sit there and you can say talk with the people, as close as you're going to get. My wife and I were talking this morning about an idea I have for a live feed. I'm not going to say what it is. I'm going to leave that for a surprise. But to my knowledge, I've never seen anyone do it, especially not catfishing. I can't think of any time I've ever seen anybody do this live. It'll be something a little different. Y'all just going to have to wait and see when the time comes. But that's going to be a special one that's going to hit probably in the next few weeks. It's not going to be too much longer. We're going to do it.
What? Alive?
alive. I'm not gonna say what it is. I'm not gonna spoil the surprise, but it's something that I've never seen anyone do.
That's good.
Now it nobody may watch it. I don't know. To me,
I'll watch it.
Idea. We'll see.
I try to keep up with everybody's live streams and channels and videos, but it's hard.
If nothing else, it's going to be entertaining. I promise you that. It's going to be funny, if nothing else.
Oh yeah.
I tell you what, Kevin. I tell you what I'll do.
Mr. Regulator says he's not watching you in a bikini.
No, it's not that. I promise you, it's not that.
Trust me. Don't do tights like Norman did.
I tell you what I'll do with you, Kevin. I'm gonna message you, and I'm gonna tell you what my idea is, because I truly want your opinion on if I'm losing my mind or not. So I will message you, and I'll let you, because like I said, I want your opinion. So I will message you and let you know what's on my mind. That way,
just make this one promise: it's not leggings.
No.
we already seen Norman in leggings. Don't need to see that again.
No. That's no. There ain't nobody needs to see me in anything other than what they see me in. Trust me.
Exactly.
No.
Hey, Georgia Fisherman, welcome.
I'd lose every sub I have quick.
No, you probably put people blind.
Yeah. It would be terrible.
It'd be blinding. I give you that much.
No. Well, brother, look, I hate to get off. I'm having so much fun right now, but it is just about 10 o'clock my time, and I got to wake up at 4 a.m. to go to New Orleans tomorrow morning.
We're in the same time zone, remember?
That's right. We are. So, yeah, I gotta be up.
It's been fun just talking with you and just chatting.
Let's see. I can tell you now, you are losing your mind because it involves me. Don't spill the beans, babe. Don't. I'm trying to keep it on the down low.
But it's been awesome. I'm gonna probably share some of the stuff that I've unpacked that I've already showed you.
Awesome. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and hop off. I'm going to take my shower, and it is bedtime for this old coon ass.
I gotta stay up tonight so I sleep tomorrow so I can work tomorrow night.
Ooh, night.
Graveyards overnight.
I do some night work on occasion.
I don't mind it. It's just going from a 12-hour shift Sunday, staying up another 16, 18 hours so I can sleep.
It's always had problems with the transition from days to nights back to days in the same.
That's what I'm talking about. Going from days to nights.
Yeah.
Oh, that going through those transitions ain't fun.
I have worked 24 hours straight before. Just because I knew how cranky I'd be if I'd sleep for 3 or 4 hours. That ain't fun either. I've done it. All right. Well, Abbott, look, I really, really appreciate you inviting me on here, man. I had a really, really good time talking with you, talking with everybody. We'll try to do this again sometime. Maybe when I don't have to go to work the next morning.
We'll do it. We'll do it again. Just let me know when.
I appreciate it, brother. And look, everybody out there, I thank y'all for y'all's support. God bless y'all, and bon péché, everybody.
You have a good night. You're the guinea pig, Laura. Who else would like to just come up here and chat catfishing? Post a link in the chat for anybody else who wants to come up here and chat catfishing. You'll be more than welcome to. Good night, Laura. Thank you, Kevin. You have a good night, Kevin. Good night, Justin. How you doing, Mike? Mike Turner in the house. Okay, buddy. I just had Creole on, so you might want to come back and watch this video later when you get a chance, because we covered a lot of good topics just talking. Okay. Becca, I will shut this one down. I'll reopen another one where we can just come up and chat and have fun. Okay, Becca? I'll restart another live stream. Did you like this one live stream a lot, Becca, or what? Flip flops in frozen snow? That's an accident waiting to happen. All right, guys, I'm going to shut this one down and probably. Hey, Big Slim. I won't keep this one up for you, Becca, so you can come back and watch it. I will restart one here in a little bit, Becca, so we can come back in. Hi, Frontier Survival.